Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here. Goldberg has returned. He has answered the question of Brock Lesnar. Monday Night Raw has come to a close. It was not a good Raw. It was not a great Raw. It was an in-the-middle Raw. It was probably a Raw that honestly really didn't matter. And if it wasn't for Goldberg's return, it's honestly a Monday Night Raw that we probably never, ever talk about again. But Goldberg did return to Raw at the end of the show. He honestly came out. Very short segment in the overrun of Raw. Came out, pumped his fists, came down, got in the ring. The fans were there. The fans were on their feet. Denver definitely was hot, and they were ready to see Goldberg. The chants were going loud. He got very emotional. It's been a long time since Goldberg was in a wrestling ring. I think he's done some fights or wrestling matches, whatever you want to call them, in Japan since leaving, and I think 2004 in WWE. He only did that 1 year run. I think it may have been 2002 to 2003, whatever it was. It's been a long time, and as every year goes on, there's always that rumor. But I always sort of pushed it to the back, thinking that maybe Goldberg come back and do the Hall of Fame. But there's no way that I ever thought that we'd ever see Goldberg come back and wrestle a match. And here he is coming out on Monday Night Raw, putting past the differences between him and the McMahons, him and Triple H, basically coming back. He's going to make some money. He's going to have a match against Brock Lesnar, and it's going to be there. A Brock Lesnar promo, much like a Brock Lesnar promo. Very short, very sweet, very precise and to the point. Goldberg came out. He thanks the fans, said it's been a long time since he was in WWE, a long time since he was in the ring, but the fans were there to greet them, and he really was choked up and sort of emotional by this. I think he got a greater ovation that I think he was going to get. Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio today talked about the fact that the deck is sort of stacked against Goldberg going to sort of non-Goldberg towns like Denver. Then they have the show that's going to be on Halloween. And they keep talking about how Canada doesn't like him. So I don't know if they're going to Canada for a show. Well, maybe it's because the Survivor Series is in Toronto, but maybe one of the Raws is in Canada as well. And because he ended the career of Bret Hart, people might use that against him to the fact that they don't like him and they're going to boo the guy. Goldberg came back, said this is the first time that his wife and his kid has seen him in a ring. One of the reasons why Goldberg has always said that he wanted to come back was so his son could see him do what he did, what made him famous. Goldberg had kids later on in his life after he left WCW as well as WWE, so they were never able to see him wrestle, and that's been a goal of his. Some people thought that he would do it in Japan. Some people thought he would do it in TNA, but he's going to be coming back in 2016, wrestling at Survivor Series. He answered the challenge of Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, the thing that was being hinted at, why he would show up at Raw. He basically answered the challenge in his tweet last week, but here he is in person, basically saying that Brock didn't have the balls to call him out on his own. Had his fat little manager friend Paul Heyman come out and run in his mouth to do it. Goldberg was man enough. He's going to be coming to Survivor Series. They're going to get it on, and the match is coming. So much like a lot of you guys, I can't wait. It's going to be a big one. Goldberg versus Brock, Survivor Series, Toronto.